So I like to take time sometimes to kind of just like look at my own personal and spiritual evolution. Um, the other day I noticed that I didn't journal. I think that it was a day where kind of like a lot of things were going on. To put things into a bit more context, back in, I believe it was 2018, I might be able to get specific with the actual date here. Something want to say, I think it's either the 15th or the 18th of February. I might be totally wrong. But for an entire 5 years, um, I have been journaling every single day. This is actually something that I haven't talked about in years, and I think it was 2 years that I celebrated, and maybe even three. But the other day, I actually missed an entry, and I was just distracted. You know, I'm a human. We get distracted by things. But I made up for it, and I still wrote the entry and everything. And this is something that I plan on doing every day for the rest of my life moving forward. But I just wanted to take this time as kind of like an opportunity to talk about, I guess, what 5 years of journaling has really helped me to see. Because I've been doing it every day, and I don't really consider the fact that I didn't do it the one day to like be missing out, because I still did it. I put it in the next day as I did the next journal entry. I really, no matter how challenging it is, I really enjoy looking at myself. And no, I don't mean in the mirror. Ooh, sometimes, but when I talk about looking at myself, I mean introspection. I mean the capacity to really dive into myself and to look at myself in meditation, in a professional therapy setting. I'm really about the process and journey of self-refinement. That's really the most important thing here for me. And it kind of goes back to, I believe it was a video I made about Jim Rohn, a man who talked about, like, you can work hard at your job, you can also work hard on yourself, you know. I just think it's really cool what happens when I work hard on myself and when I really don't bullshit myself. I know what it's like to bullshit myself. I really do. I also know what it's like to not bullshit myself. And when I say that I feel a lot fucking better when I don't bullshit myself, holy shit, I feel a lot fucking better. I really do. I mean, it makes sense. You know, if what you're doing is showing up for yourself in a way that's just halfway and half-ass and bullshit, you're going to get very specific results. But if you show up in a way that is real, you're going to get other results, you know? Better results. I'm really happy with who I am becoming. And it's funny because as I say who I am becoming, part of me is like, no, dude, this is not about who you become. You're not supposed to be becoming right now. You're supposed to be etching away at and letting go of the past, right? I see this in two different ways, actually. I really do. I see that I am letting go of everything that is not me, and that's through individuation and differentiation. But I also feel like I'm becoming, right? Because at the same time, while I might be like letting go of everything that is not me, I am, and I think that this goes into Freudian psychology, I'm creating a new ego state, right? There is the old ego state that's kind of just like fading out and dying off, and it has to do with unworthiness, insecurity, low self-esteem, the things that I grew up with, right? And now as I look at myself clearly and I see what it is that I'm creating for myself, with that, I'm also consciously creating a new ego state. Now, let me also make this very clear, because this creating of a new ego state also has a lot to do with what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about in terms of a person's personality and how a person's personality creates that person's personal reality, right? How a person thinks, feels, and acts is their personality, and that creates their personal reality. I'm really grateful that I'm simultaneously learning about this personality aspect of this while I'm healing, because it's also allowing me the opportunity to be able to consciously create my personality anew, you know? This is me stepping away from every concrete, hardwired statement that I learned through conditioning of being around people that were just like, oh, it's just the way that Chris is. No. And that was like 20 years ago. And I allowed that to shape me, right? But now as I consciously look at it and everything, I'm like, huh. No, Chris gets to be whoever and however and whatever Chris decides to be. In every single... So here's the cool thing. Depending on how consciously aware as a person I am, right? I would argue the more consciously aware of a person I am, the more fun I'm going to have with just flowing and allowing myself to be reborn in every single moment and be however I want to be, right? I was calcified in a very low energy way in the past, right? Oh, that's just the way that Chris is. Chris has a hard time with this, that, and the other. Chris, he's shy. He's this. Listen, be very careful what you let people tell to you, right? You really can't control what people are going to tell other people. But if you let people tell you things about yourself that are clearly bullshit, we don't have time for that. We don't. It's exactly what I just said. It's bullshit. And so, you know, as I look at myself and as I look at this day that I forgot to do a journal entry, because I literally have been doing a journal entry every single day for the past like 5 years now, so I'm going to celebrate the heck out of that. And I'm also going to keep going with it. I plan on doing this for the rest of my life. I'll have fucking boxes full of journals. Yeah, I will, because I'm excited as hell about this. Journaling is an opportunity for me to look at myself and to explore myself. Like, I recognize at this point in my life that I have nothing but potential. And that's really cool. It's really awesome because it allows me to understand that I get to create whatever I want to in this life. And by the way, I'm not on some motivational, inspirational shit. I'm really not. I used to be that way, and I don't vibe with that anymore. I don't. What I vibe with is looking at myself deeper and 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 just nonstop. The process of self-refinement is fucking awesome. It really is. And I'm grateful for my capacity to look at myself, to be patient with myself, to rearrange as necessary, to change up the landscape. You know, it's fucking cool. And one of the coolest things I've realized is that everything that I think is concrete, right? All the hardwired shit. It's not. It's not. It's pliable and to play with. And this piece is like this. Cool. I'm gonna turn it like that now. You know. It's just fun. It really is. And I would argue so, everything, honestly, but at the very least, a far majority of everything that I was raised with in terms of ideas and beliefs and everything. Bullshit. Who was I before the world told me who I was? That's what I'm interested in. I really am. Who was I before the world told me who I was? Because believe me, The world has told me that I am many things, and absolutely not one single one of those things I agree with. So I will kindly tip the hat and be on my way. Be happy as fuck with who I am becoming, who I am letting go. When I say who I'm letting go, I really mean individuation and differentiation, the parts of myself that are not of Chris, you know? And I know exactly what it is that is of me and what is not of me. And my intuition, yeah, does a really good job of telling me. It's that same thing that everyone else told me to shut the fuck up, right? That intuition is the same thing that everyone else told me to close down and to keep quiet. No.